Well, more fallout tonight from what the Lee County Sheriff has said about the situation in Dallas.
Last week, the sheriff wrote this on his Facebook page, quote, protesters turned and ran away from the danger, leaving behind the cops they were protesting. And this week, saying it shows, quote, what happens when underinformed masses take to the streets, adding that he's, quote, grateful for the citizens of Lee County who refrained from rushing to judgment. But as 4 in Your Corner Stephanie Tinoco explains, one local civil rights leader says the sheriff is wrong. Demonstrators were not there to protest the cops, but rather individual cases of police brutality. Stephanie?
Patrick, Amy, the post got about 1,600 likes, almost 1,000 shares, and lots of passionate comments.
What are your thoughts?
It takes a minute for Lee County NAACP President James Muwakil to answer my question.
On the side that he sits, sounds reasonable.
Muwakil read Sheriff Mike Scott's post, shared hundreds of times on Facebook in light of recent events across the country.
The sheriff is saying don't rush to judgment. And I agree to a certain extent, but not to the extent where people should give up their First Amendment right to petition.
Sheriff Mike Scott touches on the recent Dallas protest, thanking the county for not protesting police excessive force allegations in other parts of the country.
In light of what the sheriff is saying, he's saying basically allow the investigation to take its course before you reach a decision about who's wrong and who's right.
Some Facebook users thanked the sheriff for his honesty and professionalism, while others criticized him for pushing his political opinion.
Because of our respect for law enforcement, no, we're standing down on this one.
Muwakil tells me recent protesters are not against police. They're against police brutality and a long history of oppression of the African American community. That's a point he says the sheriff doesn't get. And
the sheriff is not understanding how African Americans see this. I'm saying to you, as an African American male and as an American born citizen, that I should not be concerned being pulled over by a law enforcement officer.
He also tells me instead of leading a protest, he'll be requesting any complaints of excessive force, police misconduct, and fatal force from each law enforcement agency to find out if there is a problem in the county. Meanwhile, you can also find the sheriff's full statement on fox4now.com. Reporting in the newsroom, Stephanie Tinoco, Fox 4. In your corner.
Thank you, Stephanie. Mike Scott is running for re-election this year. Another member of the sheriff's office, Sergeant Stephanie Eller, is challenging him in the GOP primary. That's next month, and the deadline to register for that is August 1st. In the meantime,